Hi, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. I think this one is going to be really fun for you because you're going to be allowed to be super creative with this. I'm going to show you how to create your own decorative quilting stitch patterns. Now, I recommend that you do this mostly on smaller projects like table runners and placemats. You can even do it on pot holders. So I'm going to show you two different designs. One is really whimsical. It's got a heart design on it, and it's on this fabric with little chickens, kind of a country table runner. And then this one is a relatively plain table runner with a really more of a contemporary quilting stitch pattern. So let's go over some of the items I recommend you use. Here are some of the items I use to create these designs. The paper that you should use, I recommend, should be a really thin paper. And this is a 6-inch wide roll of paper that I purchased at Home Depot in the paint department. You can probably get this at other hardware stores or places that sell paint. The paper is used by painters to mask off areas where they don't want the paint to spill onto items. I'm also using this 12-inch wide in some of the designs. The thread should be machine quilting thread, and you can find this at Walmart, even Joann's. You can get it online, go on to Amazon, and it is a really sturdy thread, and usually you would use this when you're doing quilting stitches on a quilt. I'm using some templates like this. You don't have to use templates. You can create your own designs. These templates are made by June Taylor, and they have them in a variety of designs. These are circles. You can get them in flowers, and you can find these at Joann Fabrics and Crafts. Also, go out on the internet, places like Amazon, and you can get them. But you don't have to use these. You can always create your own designs. You're going to measure the full length of your table runner. Then subtract anywhere from 2 to 3 inches from that measurement. And you're going to cut a strip of paper that length that you came up with. You're going to take the paper, and we're going to do it just like our paper doll days, and you're going to fold it in half. Okay? Make sure you fold it pretty evenly. Then you're going to fold it in half. So I'm folding it in half again. Make sure it's as even as you can get it. There you go. Now I'm going to do a diamond shape. So you're going to lay it down, and you're going to trace all the way around this diamond. And I'm going to show you one that I've already done. So here's one that I've already done. I've also drawn these little connecting lines. So from the point out to the edge, I drew a little line, and then I did the same thing at the other end. These connecting lines connect one diamond to another diamond. Then you're going to go to your sewing machine, and you're going to take the thread out of your needle, and you're going to stitch along all of the lines you traced, okay, on all of them, even the connecting lines. As you can see on this, here are all my little dots. These are called perforations. This will make it easier for you to tear the paper off later after we've stitched it on to the runner or quilt, whatever you're making. Then you're going to unfold it, and let me show you my next sample here. You're going to unfold it and pin it down on your runner. I pin the corners because the corners are curly, so I pin those down. I put a pin in the center of each diamond. Then you're going to go over here and start at this end. Now you're not going to sew on this first connecting line. You're going to skip it. And you're going to start right here at the point and stitch down to this corner. Leave your needle down, press your foot up, turn your fabric, stitch down to this corner, and then stitch along this connecting line, and then repeat the process all the way down to the other end. Let me bring this in a little bit more for my handy dandy cameraman. And you're not going to stitch on this little connecting line down here. You're going to leave your needle down in this corner and turn your fabric and begin the process of going down the other end. Now, a process that I use when I'm at my sewing machine to help control the fabric so that you don't screw your stitches up is that in the beginning, before you even start, you want to have the table runner rolled up gently. Don't squish it, just gently have it rolled up so that you can use both hands to manipulate the fabric, especially when you're working with that heart design that I showed you, working on curves. You need to have that flexibility of using both hands. So as you complete your first diamond, you're going to unroll to the second diamond and roll this one up. Stitch that next diamond, and you're going to keep unrolling and rolling, unrolling and rolling, all the way to the other end. Then when you get to this last diamond, you're set up, when you turn it, to repeat the process again. You sew that first diamond, unroll and roll, and keep doing it, and you have an easier way of controlling your fabric. Now, I've already got this next row of diamonds stitched on. This is the fun part. This is where you get to tear the paper. Now, if you didn't shorten your stitches, which you should do when working with paper templates like this, is shorten the stitches so that when you go to tear the paper off, you don't pull your stitches out and get all these little loops all over the place. So if your stitches are shortened, you're probably not going to have a problem. If you didn't shorten your stitches, you need to be extra careful. So you might want to do this to weaken the paper a little bit more, and then you're just going to start tearing it off. And you're going to keep tearing it all the way down. So I take all my outer edges off. I do all the outer edges first. And do this edge. Then when you go to pull your diamonds out, they usually pop out pretty quick, like that. Now, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I have a little bit of paper remnant sticking in there. I usually just take a pair of tweezers and pull that out. Now on this table runner, you can't see the design really well because I used matching threads, so it sort of blends in a little bit. It's a very subtle design, so I'm going to turn it over to the back where I have white fabric, and you can really see the stitch pattern. And it's just these diamond shapes that are connected together. Remember that intersecting line, and it goes all the way down the full length of the table runner. So let's go back to that first table runner I showed you with the hearts on it, and I'm going to show you how I did that design. On this particular case, I used the 12-inch paper. You can buy these heart templates in your fabric store, and I chose one of the sizes, and I just laid it down on my paper, again traced around it. Now on this particular design, I have one heart pushed closer to this edge. The other two hearts are pushed closer to this edge, so that when you open it up, your hearts intertwine like they have here. These two hearts went into this section here. So I'm going to open this piece up. I don't know if you can see it. See that? See how it just fell right into the other row of hearts, and it makes an interesting design to look at. Here's one where I chose a hexagon shape and a square. And again, you can get these shapes in your fabric store, or you can create your own. This is a 2.5-inch square, but I just made it 2 inches. Let me show you some more ideas. Here are circles. You could do a row of circles. Now when you're working with curves like the heart or the circles, when you're doing the stitching, you need to go kind of slow. You don't want to go zooming along because they won't come out very pretty. And here's another option. Here's a triangle. Now, I am not an artist. I cannot draw worth a hoot. So I have to have templates. But for some of you who are very talented in that area, you can probably draw your own shapes. Now this stitch pattern sticks out or stands out a little bit better on this because I've got yellow background fabric with bright red thread. But just so that you can really see what this pattern looks like, I'm going to turn this one over because it also has white fabric on the back so that you can see just how nice this little design is. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I also hope you try doing some of these decorative stitch patterns. Remember, start small and work your way up to a larger project. Now, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. Thanks for watching, and happy sewing, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click on the thumbs up button. Don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Don't forget to click on the bell and enter your email address so you'll receive email notifications about my latest videos. I'm Cheryl, and this is a lot of mayonnaise. See you next time, and happy sewing!